Hi everyone and welcome to the Top Football Predictions. It's game week 13 results analyses and I'm here with Atul Jani.
Hey there pundits, let's get straight in it.
Mate, it wasn't fireworks, was it? It was a bit of luck, it was a bit of a little bit of endeavour, but yeah, it didn't really take off the game week 13 for most of us, did it?
No, I think it promised quite a lot, but there was a lot of games with cagey affairs going on.
Absolutely.
And we should have all seen it, to be honest, with Champions League and Europa League coming into the mix again. So you tended to see the big teams, with the exception of probably City, taking it a little bit more easy.
Yeah, I think so. It's, Ryan won the game week. Great performance. Martin, brilliant performance as well. You know, still doing it, even though we tried to cheat him on some points, but no, it was a minor little error that everyone saw. But basically, it's all about, and we keep saying it, don't we? We made it like this, we created the monster, but it's all about getting those right games, and those games are the hot shot games at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, mate? For sure, and that's where the biggest points accumulation is, if you be honest with it. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Martin was languishing a little bit behind, and then boom, he gets that 150 points, and that completely elevates, or in his case, tries to create that gap right at the top.
That gap, yeah, and I mean, Martin, he kind of had a modest week, really. He scored 30 points, and there's a lot more people, as we look through and delve through the analyses of game week 13, who hit much higher points than that. But that hot shot game on that Monday night, it did everything for him and took him back up against...
it's amazing what one result can do.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Took him, catapulted back up again over Daniel and Daniel Ledley. And it's interesting at the top. Frank, he's just put his best season scoring. I think it was 210 points. He got that goal fest game. And I love goal fest games. I hardly ever get them myself. But he absolutely got to be rewarding for that kind of... that kind of effort, mate, to get a game like that, and do you know what? It's fantastic. He's had a brilliant performance, isn't he?
Yeah, hats off to him. I mean, no one really foresaw that result, as per se.
No.
Some people speculated a 1-0 or a 2-1 type of result.
I think there were quite a few results like that at the weekend, mate. I mean, Man United at home to Palace. I actually, excuse me, I actually did say that on last week's VT. 0-0. Where'd you go with that one? I thought it was, it could have been anything, but...
But again, it paid off dividends, didn't it? Because last night they won.
Yeah, absolutely.
So whatever the result is, they still they qualified for the next round. So teams are going to be a little bit more coy, injuries and squad rotation and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, Liverpool are killing me on every single format. Graham, you'll testify that in the fantasy games, but. Yeah, I think I had 2-0 and right at the end Firmino comes up and gets a goal, so I couldn't even get that one.
Daniel Ledley did quite well as well, 165. He got
165.
With a difficult week, he managed to get about 2 or 3 predictions spot on.
Yeah, Daniel, listen, son, I know you've not got much hair up top to cover, but hats off anyway. You did a really good performance,
Fill
mate.
The draft.
Yeah, fill the draft, whoever feel is. Akram, 80 points on a game week like this, mate. That's a good shot,
No mean shout there.
And also, I think it was
Gavin 120 as well.
Gavin 120, Charlie 160. I mean, I always talk about the 100 points club. This is the one to be in, especially on game weeks like this.
Yeah, and another one to mention. He's more the quieter people who gets on with it. Is Al Mads, 115.
115 for Mads, and he's plugging away. He goes under the radar, but we've seen it before. He can put a couple of game weeks together, like you did a few weeks back. And Mads will be like really, flying away.
There in the mix.
I think so. Yeah. Graham 80 points as well, and so too Craig as well, who's always good for the game. But in actual fact, Craig's having a bit of a fight with me down there for the wooden spoon at the moment.
Charlie did 160 as well.
Yeah, he did 160. Charlie, mentioned him. He's done well. But game week 14, mate. Because we've all seen the league table as it stands, and we've made the minor correction, and Martin's up there ahead of Daniel. But game week 14 is tasty. It's a standard game week, but it starts off this Friday.
Friday, indeed.
And basically, what we've got, I think that might be the first goal scorer going on. I think it was. But we've equally got the next round of the Predictions Cup, which is game week 4 for that. But we've also got race for the Player of the Month, which actually ends on game week 14. And at the moment, Dan Ledley, 530 points, is leading the way. He's got a nice cushion there, because then you've got some 400 point plus people, but like yourself. But I tell you what, the way the swing is, and the way we've got Super 6 game, hot shot games, first goal scorer games. Yeah. There's even bonus points for. I know they won't come into the reckoning for Player of the Month, but bonus points for if you win your cup match for more than 100 points. Game week 14 literally could be the fireworks we were waiting for game week 13, couldn't it, mate?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, you've got good fixtures.
Like a boxer, mate, getting yourself ready for game week 14.
I mean, I'm not playing in the cup, I've got to do it.
Neither am I. Who cares about game week 14?
Yeah, exactly. But being our sod's law for us, we'll probably score really big.
We'll probably do well, yeah, absolutely.
That's the fun of the competition. And that's
taking no one down.
Yeah, only ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it is all to play for, as we always say. But it is going to be an interesting and exciting game week, isn't it?
Oh yeah, by all means. I mean, there's a lot to play for still, and a lot of people just want to keep pace.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we say, just on the overall, then 1,905. You've got Martin sitting at the top. We've got the analysis sat here. Daniel Ledley, what's that? 45 points behind, is it? 55 points behind, something like that. It's not too much to catch up, is it really? You've got, and then you have got a little bit of a gap developing, I'm noticing on the sheet, mate. You've got Ryan, he's plumb on his own in third place, 1655, and then you've got Danny Atware and Lee Marley, so they're locked by 5 points. So it is quite interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, and you know, the danger is that it could be a breakaway, but I think a lot of people are still chasing. Which makes it good, because you just need one good week. You do. It could be a predictions Brexit. They're trying to kind of edge out, aren't they? Those top 5 or 6, because even you've got like David Shaw and even Lee Philpott's in there as well. So anything could really happen. But as we always say, for the other players that aren't doing so well so far, you know, think about a joker card maybe. Think about picking up points on those special games. But equally, 1 or 2 games can get you right in. Do you know what? Mate, I should play all 3 joker cards at once, if only that was. Playing hard, I'll probably score 10 points.
Probably get an own goal this season. Every season I say I want to do well, and I don't know. I'm almost at the laughing point of the season. I can't get. I might give it to the kids to do my predictions this weekend, mate, because it can't get any worse, can it? But
probably better anyway.
I thought I was a steady Eddie, but I'm a steady no one really. But. Have a quick look at game week 14 then, mate. Let's just have a quick look at the sheet. And yeah, I was right. It all kicks off Cardiff versus Wolves, Friday night game in Wales. And that's the first goal scorer game, mate.
It's a tricky one. Wolves have slipped up. Cardiff seem to played well, and they're only conceding a 1 goal margin. Whether it be a loss, but recent victory, you know, has been 1 goal. So interesting. See who comes up to the party. Whether it will be a 0-0.
Absolutely. Well, I've made my predictions already. I mean, I wouldn't follow me, but I've gone for Cardiff 2-1. But let's just see how that stacks up. You've got Leicester Watford, which is the hot shot game for game week 14. Leicester, I don't think they've actually lost since that terrible incident we did speak about a few game weeks back. Yeah. But what I'm noticing with Leicester. Real passion and commitment. I know Vardy's penalty was right in the death the other week, but they're not easy to beat, are they?
They're not easy to beat, but personally, I think they're a very tired team at the moment.
Yeah, I think that too.
They really haven't, and it's caught up on them.
Yeah.
They look a tired team. Draw, maybe.
Yeah.
Cards.
Watford started the season really well. We said that a few weeks ago, 4 out of 4, and then they kind of just went away. I'm going for 3-2. I think there will be goals. Not just in the last knockings of the game, but I think there will be some stuff. I think if there's ever going to be goals, it could be at the King Power Stadium, and there could be something going on there. You've got, Newcastle, West Ham. We always talk about West Ham's plight. Are they just getting out of it and then they get sucked back again? But Newcastle, what's that, 3 on the trot now?
3 on the trot.
Hat trick, I don't know, they seem to have turned the corner.
Don't forget they were about 8th, 9th last season.
Yeah, they're no fools. Rafa's got them bubbling at the moment.
Well, Rafa's mentioned it from day one. We were in that position last year and we pulled ourselves up, and it looks as if he's doing it. But again, another result and other good results around them. Yeah. Suck them back in.
Absolutely. Southampton, Man United. Southampton. Well, I'll tell you what, since Charlie Austin had his little rant, I think they're going to be all right. And Man United, well, I mean, they won last night in Champions League right at the death, but...
Well, yeah, it wasn't convincing.
They're up and down, aren't they?
But again, pressure shows on both sets of managers. Yesterday, Mourinho may have had his stay of execution, winning well, but again, there's a lot of pressure on Mark Hughes down at Southampton.
Yeah, true.
You know, these are must-win games.
Ex-Man United.
Both managers must-win games. So
Yeah.
you know whether they'll play a cagey affair or will they go out for broke.
I just think the fireworks would be off the field with how many water bottles Mourinho would kick over like he tends to, and then he claims 14 qualified. Anyway, it's Mourinho. It's typical Mourinho, and I've gone for 2-1 United though. But as I say, who knows if that'll happen. You've got Chelsea, Fulham. We were talking about this at Predictions HQ, wasn't we? Because ordinarily, I think that Chelsea would win that at the Bridge, but it's a West London affair. Fulham will raise their game. Fulham just won the other day 3-2. That's not an easy one, is it, mate?
No, it's not an easy one. I'll tell you what's also added to the mix, not just it being a local derby, so it's literally down the road, but also you've got Ranieri coming back to his old club.
Oh, spicier than a madras. That's that could be. He'll get a great reception for sure, but it's going to be interesting, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, let's see.
And then on the Sunday, because that Chelsea game starts the Sunday, you've got a couple of little games to mention. You've got Arsenal, Spurs, and Liverpool, Everton. I mean, well, I don't even know where to start with them. Mate.
Well, as you rightfully said, no one knows where to start. To be honest, don't know what team Spurs will field because they had an impressive victory.
Yeah, they did, Chelsea. And they're playing tonight, and I think they'll probably get the job done against Inter. Funnily enough.
But at what expense?
Well, yeah, Kane hasn't really been on fire this season. Typically, always does well against Arsenal, but you never know. I mean, it's a North London affair. I mean, form goes out the window. Arsenal aren't doing too bad themselves, to be honest. But and then you've got Liverpool, Everton. Well, do you know what? Everton haven't been firing majorly like they can, right? Liverpool, we've waxed lyrical about Liverpool, and that's not easy to say. I've got a feeling it might not be straightforward, that one. You'd always say Liverpool right now, but it's going to be tight.
Merseyside derby is never straightforward.
No,
it's simple as that. There's so much passion. You got the Blues coming into the red corner and
the Reds going into the blue corner. Anything can happen.
Exactly. Yeah. Anything can happen. It's unpredictable, just Absolutely. Like McDermott's moustache. I don't know.
And whilst we're here, just to close it out, mate, like we said the other week, we've had a third of the season. It's gone pretty rapid now. Bendra mentioned it to me the other day. And for those newbies that are playing this season, Christmas comes once a year, but it's a really busy time for everything, not least football, and the predictions will fly in. People are going to be taking vacations, and that's holidays in the UK. And basically, it's a busy time with family and work and everything, so don't miss out. Get your predictions in all the time, especially for this one coming up this game week, because it starts this Friday, doesn't it, mate?
It does indeed, mate, and that's a really good point Mark's made, because don't forget the fixture list will really start building up. And, stay on top of the predictions, keep those predictions coming in, and at the end of the day, as I always sign out every single video, you've got to be in it to win it.
Cheers, guys. Get your predictions in. Good luck for game week 14.